So Stay Green has 25,900. Lions has 22,400. So it's basically about 3,500 points different. So again, if Stay Green takes this, you get 5,000 points for winning the cycle. Then I think it's 2,500, and then so on. Kind of like breaks down like that. So
So
again,
pretty much Lions has to win this cycle and next cycle, and they're guaranteed first.
if they win this cycle and then win next cycle, and then Stay Green flops to an extent, then yes, they could still get first place. But a lot of things we need to fall into place for that to happen. So it's possible. Mathematically, it's possible. But now, if Stay Green wins this again, then it's pretty much done for. So pretty big deal. That on top of course, the $5,000 that's up for grabs for the first place team, and then $2,500 for the runner-up. Not too shabby as well. Anyways, here we are. We're moving along. Warbeast, Scout, Parasite, Pestilence are the bands. Ophelia, the first pick. Hag, the response by Stay Green. So Hag does get first pick this time by them. Grinix then coming out for Lions. So we do see Hag this game, unlike last game, which is kind of interesting.
Yes.
But the Grinix, Lions comfortable with that hero, of course. And then the Ophelia on top of that. So
Correct me if I'm wrong, but does Philly have 100% win rate in this matchup so far?
I want to say yes. I do. Not 100% though, so. But, yeah, I can actually, let's see, these games might be up here. Nope. Yes. Yes, he does.
Yes?
Yep, I was looking at it.
Does
So,
have 100% win rate?
I believe so.
Interesting.
And Lions got it. And they get the Rhapsody again. How about that?
Yeah, looks like Lions is giving Sticky a taste of their own medicine.
Yeah. Kind of back and forth with the Rhapsody here. Speaking of having a high win percentage, Rhapsody does as well, apparently.
Yep. See if they maintain both heroes.
Yeah.
Especially on the same team. It's like great synergy.
So Lions going to try to give, again, Stay Green a taste of their own medicine. We'll see how Stay Green now responds to that. Again, they got the Master of Arms already. They have last pick a Keeper of the Forest, actually, so. He stayed around to the end, but eventually gets snatched up by Stay Green. Very likely going to be more of a jungling keeper this game, I would think. With the way things are shaping up, but could still easily be a suicide keeper of the forest. Definitely still possible. Not as ideal, though.
Not as ideal for sure.
Let's see, Lions, though, again, they got the Rhapsody, they got the Ophelia, as we saw last game, it ended up being the Soul Reaper, the Mass Push. That just doesn't feel like Lions, though, so. I don't know if we're going to see that similar strategy or not, but they don't seem like a Soul Reaper or Zephyr kind of team.
You never know. Let's see. I could see it happening, to be honest. Like, Stay Green already knows. Like, they shouldn't do the all-in push, to be honest, Breaky, because Stay Green already has the means to counter push. Like I talked about the Hag, the MOA to counter push, and the Keeper to counter push. The other lanes. MOA to, like, stop the push requirement if it's cool, so.
Yeah.
They definitely shouldn't go all-in push lineup here. Their lineup would already be straight up countered if they picked a Zephyr here or Soul Reaper here. I would hope that they go for more ganky style heroes.
We'll find out shortly now. With their next pick, you do see the bands coming out. Kraken, Slither, Engineer, Moon Queen, Tempest, and Dr. Repulsor are the bands. So the next pick for Lions after the next tier bands, Moraxis is being right-clicked from Lions. And again, we've seen that band out a couple times. I mean,
no, I think, like, in the final game 5 game like this, they're all, like, on their nerves and stuff. They're gonna go for the comfort heroes.
Yeah.
Which might be Gauntlet. I mean, or Devourer. Or
Gauntlet, Prisoner, Devourer,
all the
Ravener.
super KG heroes.
Yeah. Any of those, we'll see out of that arsenal of heroes which one they decide to go with.
Maybe Soul Stealer round 2, who knows? Oh, Gauntlet.
Gauntlet round 2 instead.
Yeah, Gauntlet. He's
Again,
very confident of his Gauntlet.
Super KG has been struggling this series overall, so you do look at that a little bit and like, okay, so now's your chance to really redeem yourself, if anything. The final game, going to be playing that Gauntlet. Gonna be a lot of pressure on him, so we'll see what he brings to the table here.
Yeah, now let's see what Stiggin responses with. Like, they can choose to dodge middle, which I don't think they are. Rhapsody Gauntlet isn't much damage. Let's see, Kraken is bad, so they can't just put tanky Kraken in the middle and do a limit of him. Dual range is really bad versus Gauntlet, because you're just gonna get hooked and die.
Yeah. Go with the Flux combo again.
Flux might work, to be honest. I know it's dual range, but it's different cases. Tanky. So they're not gonna reveal it yet. I think it's gonna be Pharaoh Suicide, Hex, Safely Dual in MOA, something, you know.
You know, we have been seeing Pharaoh quite a bit recently, but it seems like he's always been picked as a counter to Tempest. There's no Tempest this time on the Legion side, so.
Pharaoh is one of those heroes which punishes people for tower diving, as well as having a lot of early game presence. And Limp did crush last game, so
Yeah.
Alliance left to tower dive. So if you tower dive versus Pharaoh, get hook, get walled in. GG, son.
Could be the end of the game. So Silhouette now being right-clicked by Lions. Again, kind of another hero we have not seen a lot of in the recent days, but maybe Lions feels they need to do something a little bit off the wall here against Stay Green. And they're down to 3 seconds, so they're going to go the Gemini in the end. Most likely end up in the hands of Fuzi, of course. So Gemini, their final pick, is what they're going to settle with. We'll see what they can make happen with that, but definitely expect that to be a short lane Gemini, of course.
Really like that pick. Just because they had no late game.
Yeah.
And Gemini counters Keeper.
Oh, yeah.
So like Gemini is just one of those carriers which can do stuff early on, kinda. And yeah, I really think it's a good hero, especially with Orpheus on your team and Rhapsody. It's really hard to kill Gemini.
Well, Lions definitely going to be banking on that for this game. So 25 seconds to go. Again, it goes back to the idea of what is Stay Green going to do now. That middle lane, most likely. It's going to be something like the Flux that we're talking about, or maybe have Master of Arms more priority farm, and then instead do something like an Aluna support or Pyromancer or even the Torturer. So
I honestly think they're gonna probably pick Pebbles and Dodge. No, they have Greg to the other team. I think Drunken Master, maybe. Oh no, they're gonna try to contest MOA on Andromeda. Oh, this is not. Oh, this is gonna be a field day of hooks for Gauntlet Super KG.
yeah.
They have to really, really outplay them this game.
Well, it's again, you maybe wonder if a little bit has to do with the Super KG. Seems like he hasn't been on his game today so far, so we'll see if that comes into play here. But yeah, definitely looking like they're going to be matching up against that in that middle lane. So,
and this is a jungle keeper too, so it's not gonna help middle. I don't know about this. I mean, they did win like that versus Exceed, but that's just because Exceed doesn't have the experience like Lions does. I feel like if they do that and then keep a jungle and dual range middle, Lions is gonna run them over middle with affiliate tower diving and stuff. Like unless Lim steps up to the plate and really like does some huge plays that helps mid lane by like some miracle hooks or some shit, or like it's level 6 like 3 minutes in or like some miracle like that and starts stopping them from tower diving.
yeah.
I see Lions just dominating the mid lane over and over again.
We'll see what Lions is able to do here again once we actually get that exact information on the lane. So, no, we're expecting them to be, but hey, we've been surprised many times before. So, this is it. Again, everything's on the line here for Psycho number 9. Not only some decent money, but like I said, those points. If Stay Green wins here, they pretty much secure that first place seed, and they automatically are going to the Global Grand Finals. Whereas Lion Esports Club, if they manage to win this, then there's still hope that they can get that number 1 seed. So, definitely a lot. So here we are. Game number 4. I think it's just easier to say the final game. As, of course, Lions started up 1-0 here in this best out of 5 coming from the winners bracket, defeating Excellent in the winner bracket finals. So, the lanes, yeah, it looks like, as kind of expected. I feel like currently no items on her, actually. It's interesting seeing that, but
Probably waiting to upgrade the courier or something to bring stuff counterpart. It's probably pulled people to region. Let me see. Oh, yep. Gemini got 1 pulled. Green has got 1 pull. There you go, one pulled.
See Pharaoh right there, gonna send a rocket out and kind of scout things. Actually happens to hit Ophelia. It's almost as if they know where people are gonna be.
He's wall hacking.
Obviously.
Boredom. You know, funny thing, you know Overwatch and CS:GO.
You know what? I'm sorry.
Overwatch and CS:GO,
Oh
where
yeah.
they let players like thing, like yeah. I think that's pretty cool.
Being able to watch the replays and
Maybe you know what replays and you were the judge
yeah.
to determine if other people are hacking. I did a couple Overwatch videos. I mean Overwatches, and I enjoyed it.
it is an interesting concept, yeah.
It's kind of funny.
It's I don't know, some players are just that good, man.
Yeah.
But at the same time, yeah, I guess, you know, at some points it is pretty obvious too, so.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the game. Looks like it's exactly like the lanes we predicted. And I feel like Sigurd gonna punish, man. Oh no, it's gonna be so grim for Sigurd middle.
Yeah, again, so on paper, it's like you think like it could be decent for Gauntlet, but again, he has to land those hooks. He has to land the hooks, so we'll see.
Especially since Swiddlemelons is the one playing MOA. He's notorious for getting hooked, you know?
True
Yeah,
point,
really.
true point. So obviously Super KGE, you know, look at them chops and gonna look for the opportunity. Andromeda, of course, can't play the most aggressive here for obvious reasons. Has to be a little bit careful. There you go, though. The comment's not gonna be coming out. You see the follow-up, but good job by Rhapsody throwing out the staccato stunts and preventing further auto attack damage. So Andromeda and Master of Arms, obviously they want to take an aggressive play of their double range potential, but especially once that level 2 hits, then he gets that Inferno instability. I would look for a hook chance to come out here from the Gauntlet. So
Yeah. You know, back then, right, when we used HM TMSR, we had this drafting rules where we set up. Alright, dual range mid beats Pebbles. And then Ravenor beats Hookers. And then Hookers loses to Ravenor and stuff, but Hookers beat dual range middle and Hookers beat Pebbles. So we had a whole like chart of drafting.
it's a full circle.
And in this case, like I definitely favor the Legion dual lane mid.
Yeah.
Like, really favor them a lot. I'll be surprised if they don't win mid, especially with an Ophelia as a jungler.
Yeah.
With a keeper on the enemy jungle, they should definitely win middle lane.
Pressure's on. Pressure's on right here. Top rune, Rhapsody's going to be running for it with Andromeda. Now they both have stuns. See the staccato stuns. Who's going to get it? Yeah, it's going to be Andromeda. Happens to be an Invis rune, and that could come
he got
into...
the mana pot off!
Yep. No, he got the mana pot, but...
and took the thing off.
Yeah, he took the Invis off, exactly. He tried to use it right before, but...
Yeah, I think he knew it too. Rhapsody knew it too. Like, Silkit knew that if Z-Freak, if he just ran away and let him get the rune, like, and he mana pots up and takes the Invis rune, that's huge for every lane. Like, top can't farm, bottom can't farm, mid has to watch out. You don't know where the Andromeda is, but real play from Silkit there, denying Z-Freak the mana the mana pot thing.
Yeah.
Huge deal.
Very well played in deep bottom lane. Twin Finks, it
Oh,
hits Pharaoh
no, mid
actually.
lane, he
Beautiful
got off!
cutoff.
I told you, Ricky!
Alright, so mid lane there's a kill, but yeah, Pharaoh's actually, I was watching the bottom action, but okay, so the hook happens and Master of Arms goes down. So
Yeah,
as you're calling out.
Oh, Suna gets hooked.
Let's go figure, right? No, but they were also putting a lot of pressure on the Pharaoh at the bottom lane, and obviously he gets away, but forced to use some good reach. And Ophelia doing some movement there.
Yeah. But that hook though, that was a monster hook. Usually you missed it out. Hey, what happened? I'll tell you what happened.
Okay.
Solomenos was running away at his own tower, and Gauntlet sidestepped to the right 1 split second, turned to the left, and hooked him from his own tower, hooked him down the hill, and made him walk around him so that he definitely got the kill. That was such a monster hook. Like you wouldn't get like you know sometimes you hook people as Devour, right? Like okay, I hook him, but I still can't kill him because it's in a bad spot. He can just run away. He's still gonna live, you know. But he hooked him in such a way that he's gonna have to walk an extra round around. Like he has to walk around him. And yeah, it was really a nice hook.
Yeah. Well, so making the bloodlust play. Of course, I had to miss it. So, but there you go. Good play-by-play from Mumiana right there. Good idea of what happened. So Super KG again. He's off to the good start.
And Hag bottles the top rune regen. Sure, she gives up a couple CS doing that, but now he has regen rune. Give a whole creep wave doing that actually. I don't know whether that was worth it.
Yeah, Grenix hits level 5, and actually he's 13 to 4 creep farm, not too bad.
You have a whole creep rate for it. He's missing a lot of CS under the tower.
Oh, and look at Keeper the Forest, actually. Okay, it's not going to really pressure him too much, but he steals one of the creeps even. And he is going to pressure him, in fact. There's no Nature's Veil!
He doesn't have Invis.
Yeah.
He has Invis ready. He knows.
Yep, he's going to chase. Comet Stun's going to come out, though, so they will support him in the end. But, yeah, he definitely knows he didn't have Invis there. Not able to chase him down enough, though.
Mine, that's so greedy. Going to level 2 Emperor and farming with no Invis skill. Wow. What a greedy person. Well, you know, he plays by instinct. He doesn't play by standard rules, so yeah. I don't know. I'll we get level 1 Invis at least.
Yeah. I mean, that also means his threat of setting up a gank at level 6 obviously is a little less. Meanwhile, middle lane, Master of Farms is in trouble once again. Hook hit initially, and Master of Farms is going to fall right there, so.
Did you catch the hook this time?
Yep, I did not catch the hook. I caught it kind of midway, unfortunately. But
he just got hooked pretty much and died. I mean, I did not expect this draft from Mullins, to be honest. Like, especially after you pick Gauntlet, you pick Andromeda less. Like, I really did not see it coming. I honestly thought it was gonna be a rally, or like something that can survive the hook middle.
yeah,
I was actually thinking it was actually going to be rally or a Pebbles and Pebbles MOA top and Hag middle, or even like a Lodestone because he can survive the shit middle, or even maybe even put Pharaoh mid lane with MOA. Because, I mean, if Pharaoh gets hooked, he can Hellfire and run away and stuff like that. You know, he's not gonna get so much auto attacks off.
yeah.
So, yeah, but they chose to duel. They made it with MOA and Andromeda, and they can't even contest the bottom, not at all. Look.
And now Master of Arms. Okay, he's not going to chase him actually. Gauntlet was thinking about it, but no. Master of Arms coming back in. He puts the charge shot on a Gauntlet. No follow up though. Gauntlet's thinking about once again maybe going for a hook. Not going to happen though.
Yeah, they would have hooked him there for sure, but he had an Invis root pop, so no way they would have killed him. That was just a wasted hook if they hooked him.
Yeah. So Limp decides to hold it off, and instead he'll kind of rotate a little bit right here. He's full mana, full life, so he's going to look to play a little sneaky here. He could still deliver some dust, actually, so they're ready for this. They're ready for the Invis rune here.
Where's the dust? Oh, Lim has the dust. Well played, dude. Lim walked to the secret shop to buy the dust, so he knows he needs to help middle. Lim knows it. Like, I even called it, dude.
There you go.
Like, there's
the jump. Dust is going to be coming out here, I'm sure. On top of that, so Gauntlet's like, wait a second. You were ready.
Lim once again carrying the team. No, seriously, like, that's the difference between a good player and a bad. Like, he knows what he needs to do to gank middle. Getting it off is hard because he even had the dust ready to get ready for it. So, this, what a player.
Yeah, no, the heads up, and again, that just comes with experience, definitely. Knowing that that's exactly what they needed to get the kill, and it easily gets the kill.
Now the game evened up with that kill. So, they really needed that. But then again, how is he gonna lane middle? I guess he could spam every wave, and yeah, you can spam every wave, I guess, but
yeah.
Do you really want to just do that mid lane? Like, what are you gonna achieve from doing that? Not much. It's not what you pick MOA for. To glue every creep in middle. And what's Andromeda gonna do then?
Yeah.
I guess he's just stacking ancients, eh?
Well, you know, again, I really do think you could definitely argue that it was a little bit of mindset of Super KG is struggling this series. And so, even though he knew that maybe they were at a disadvantage in a normal day, maybe today he felt like he was struggling, we could win this matchup. So maybe that's something to do with it. But again, clearly it has proven to be favored for Lion Esports Club here. And but they at least did kill him, slowing him down, and as you said, if anything, that kind of slows things down overall. But Gemini, he has started to get up there, 320 gold per minute right now. And here comes the group up and push at the bottom lane.
Because Pharaoh like left bottom, so yeah, he could just take the tower there. Like, I think they know that Pharaoh is not even laning bottom because he hasn't been even showing his presence whatsoever bottom. We're gonna cancel. So they end up punish Pharaoh and take his tower bottom. Or at least put a lot of pressure on it. Oh, top.
Yep, they're going to catch Gemini. Dust comes out. Gemini, though, still very squishy. The Ripstock, the movement speed, more than enough. Keeper cannot get there in time. So no route to be had. So Gemini doing a good job of escaping. Again, this bottom push even going to be more powerful now.
Minats is so greedy. Yeah, if Minats stopped farming the hard camp and went there for the gank, they would have got the kill. Minats killed him. One gold tower and Congor into his team. That cost him the kill. Why
Yeah.
not you're such a greedy person? I'm sorry, but I have to call you out on that greed play.
Yeah, no, if you notice that, definitely. I mean, that's...
He's so greedy. He even has level 2 Emperor, and like he just agreed, like, you know when he plays Tempest 2, he does like ghost marches on the tanky Tempest. That's how greedy he is, you know?
Yeah.
Just because he could farm faster, walk around faster. Typical minus, eh?
Yeah, but he definitely is a very impactful player for his team, of course. Nearly 300
Oh
gold per
no,
minute
look at
coming out.
Jonas. Guess his
What's going on?
TP cancelled. So unlucky.
Uh-oh, yeah, he's in a lot of trouble right here. He's going to risk stock away. The question is, how much resources will Stigrin try to find him with? And he sees he is going to be fine.
Yeah, he's just hiding. He's
Okay.
a ninja.
Yeah, so Wretched
Oh,
Ag... Yeah.
No, he doesn't have Steam Boots. I thought if he has Steam Boots, he would have went for the kill, I think, mid lane. But maybe not. Top
I'm
lane
not
did
gonna
just
go for
fine.
it.
So we're not gonna do triple stack ancients here of his teammate. And Zfrig put a lot of counter wards just to make sure that they don't know that they're doing ancients. Like Lions is one of those teams that will punish you for doing triple stack ancients.
Well,
Well played with Zfrig there countering that ward there.
we need a minute. WC, okay. But yeah, so they were going to do the triple stack ancients, but as you saw right there, they actually push out the bottom lane a little bit before they go back. And now we're going to be accomplishing that, so. Gemini got his Energizer, by the way. 370 gold per minute. Energizer going to be on the way here, so. Good news for Lions there.
Oh, looking at Grenex's skill build, he's maxing his second spell, which I disagree with.
Yeah.
I know he gets more mobility since it's low cooldown and he gets more charges off it, but leveling his first spell does more damage, more burst. Not only that, increases the stun duration per level and increases the magic damage per level. So definitely, I would definitely go for Shadow Step here, especially if the Legion team, since they already have so much catch on you. I would just rather go for first spell. I tried both. I played Grenex a lot in TMM. I tried both, and Shadow Step just got me more kills and got me like better like win rate, I
Yeah.
guess. With it.
I'm not actually too familiar what Jonas Fan actually goes for typically on his Grenix, to be honest, so. I don't know if this is the normal or not, but.
Hey, this is a normal skill item build.
Is it?
It's gonna go Ghost Marches next. Steam Boots is okay, but this Ghost Marches just heals so well of the hero. With your Rift Stock and Ghost Marches, you move 522 move speed, which is like haste pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Rhapsody though, maxing staccato, I like that. Usually some people go Disco Inferno, like Japanese and stuff, but in this case I think they rather have the Bunchicum is pushing, so that's fine to go the max staccato build. And Gemini though is maxing his Twin Breath and maxing his Twin Fangs. I don't really like the max Twin Fangs because I feel like it's an unreliable stun, in my opinion. I rather max Elemental Force, especially if I'm having free farm because I'm gonna have huge levels.
Yeah. It's a lot of the Gemini players. I feel like I see do this. Nox though, he does what Fuzi's doing here. You know, he maxes out the Twin Breath and the Twin Fangs, and but yeah, we see a lot. There's the one player that we saw. You know, he maxed out the Elemental Force. He only gets the 1 point in Twin Fangs and then stats on top of that.
Yeah.
So there's definitely multiple builds.
To be honest, Elemental Force is you should level 1 at least. Like level 8, if you want to max his Twin Fangs, you should have at least 1 level Elemental Force. Just because it's a 1-point wonder. Like look at the way you put your mouse over it. Look at the way it scales. Like level 1 Elemental Force is just so much better than like anything. It's a 1-point wonder overall. You should definitely get 1 level in it, at least.
This Rake choosing out. Oh, he got the 1 point actually right there instead of maxing out the W. So yeah, he gets a 1 there.
Caster's Blessing.
You're good at that, man. Middle tower obviously killed by Lion Esports Club. They're still going to go here actually. You have Gauntlet in the front lines, Ophelia and Rhapsody in the background. Stay green bottom lane. As you see, Grenix is kind of scouting some things out. He has a double damage rune activated off to the side. So he's kind of keeping them a little occupied as well, but no middle push going to be happening in the end.
They put a lot of pressure though, and force like a lot of people to come middle, like as you can see. And looks like they're trying to get a team fight here. They're trying to catch the guy. Ooh, they might catch him. Nope, they can't catch him.
Maybe? No dust, yeah.
Instead of Hag, trying to catch. Oh,
they're going back in. Grapple, or yeah. Wow, yeah. Grapple's going to miss right there. Ultimate's going to be used on a Wretched Act, though. Will they have the follow-up? They will not. Not enough follow-up coming out. Mummy Walls to block them off. Meanwhile, they're chasing though. Inferno instability. The Critic's ultimate's going to be used, but Pharaoh's going to be fine. Bat Blast to take out Ophelia, but that is all it hit in the background. So far, she's the only death. What a crazy scattered fight we got going over here. Rhapsody cannot get hooked back. Gauntlet was maybe trying to save her, could not hit it though. Hit Pharaoh instead, and Rhapsody does fall, but now Andromeda swap away. Both swapped, Wretched Act right into death right there. Not what they had planned at all. Z-Freak sacrifices his brother. Grinix is going to pick him off anyways, and they are still going for more kills, so that's going to be so much for the brotherly love right there. Oh no, that was actually, never mind, that's Chessie playing hack, but...
It was cross-brotherly, like, cross-brotherly hate, like... I mean, I don't know, I would red dot him right now with Team M game.
Yeah.
He had the right idea, but...
Yeah.
I should have swapped someone else, I guess, I don't know. I don't know, he should have just died.
That too, yeah. Obviously, hindsight goes, it would have been much better him just dying, because he died anyways on top of that, so... Yeah, that,
See how much damage Pharaoh did at team? Look at the damage Pharaoh had. He hit level 4 Hellfire up and just punishing everyone from like Lions had to run away from the Pharaoh. Level 4 Hellfire, it's like godlike. And one thing to note there, Fuzzy did not fully commit once through the whole thing. He only committed at the last part and he got a kill from it, but I guess he was fine since he killed Hag, but that, to be honest, that wasn't his good play, that was just a misplay from Stay Green. So he lucked out a little bit there. That could have been so much worse for the Lions, but it ended up being okay.
yeah.
Trade. They lost their jungler and support for support and carry, so they should be happy with that trade.
See Gemini 14 minutes in. What's going on up here? Top lane, top room. Gauntlet gets it, but it does come at a cost right there. He ends up falling. Wretched Hag and Andromeda collapsing on him. Grinix wants a little bit of revenge, but not going to get the opportunity, unfortunately. Heads back to the top lane. Gauntlet's still just shy of that portal key, so that death definitely hurting right there, of course.
Yeah. I feel like he should have done Ancients. That was kind of really greedy of him to go for the rune by any vision. Really, really greedy. Really aggressive. But yeah, paid for it of his life. Not worth it whatsoever. Ever. Sorry, I'm having a little bit hiccups.
2,200 gold on Gemini. Will we see that Firebrand purchase maybe?
Might be Lightbrand. Might be Firebrand. We'll see.
Hasn't bought
I think
anything just yet.
I think he's deciding right now. So he hasn't bought it yet.
Yeah. Gonna do the pull right here, but there you go.
Oh, he goes for Lightbrand. Oh, no, he sells it. He's still deciding. He can't tell yet. I think he's just saving the gold, just because if he buys Firebrand instead. He looks like he's gonna go for more aggressive style. Lightbrand means I want to farm, Firebrand means I want to fight. Icebrand means I'm losing this game, I need to tank up.
Yeah.
So,
and that's not the case. Both teams definitely have their positives going on this game. Bottom lane's interesting. Andromeda's kind of off to the side, ready to swap or initiate if need be, so Gemini needs to be careful about that, but looks like he is going to fall back before too much happens. Gauntlet has a haste through top lane. He's still just shy of that portal key. Seems like he's been actually roaming a bit instead of trying to just straight up farm that portal key at this point, so...
You know, I would think it would be really cool, Breaky. Imagine if Gemini had stuffed the Master. No, like it goes perfectly with the hero too, because he needs health, 10 to all stats, and then his ulti is like really cool too, a really cool mechanic in the game. Imagine if his ulti was like some Super Saiyan dogs, you know?
I mean, the idea of the hero, building it does kind of make sense. You're right, but yeah, it's like, what would you do? It's definitely one of those cases.
Like, what if he was just one humongous dog?
It just grows even more.
Yeah, like he was like not even on the floor, like 4 hands on the floor. Like, what if he had like walking dog, like a little like a werewolf, like one big werewolf, and he's just like carrying people up, like 200% of his stats, so one big guy. Wouldn't that be something? I'll play Gemini every game.
Should get in touch with the balance team about that. Middle lane, we have initiation right here. Gauntlet's gonna be gone on. Ophelia's touch comes out though. He's barely alive. Charge shot will change that though. However, here comes the Legion reinforcements. Both Wretched Hag and Andromeda and Pharaoh end up falling right there. Keeper of the Force out to the side. He has a route ready to go. Can he get it off? He cannot get it off. Down goes Keeper of the Force. Wretched Hag in the background. Bat Blast. It only hit Rhapsody though. Wretched Hag. Jesse's gonna end up falling and Stay Green is falling apart. Gauntlet, the only death there.
So that's the power of Ophelia. Like, they kill, made Stay Green commit to that, and Hag definitely did not need to do that.
Yeah.
People were just in a bad spot overall. Hag did not need to Bat Blast there. Like, it was like come back and make it. Jesse just died for no reason. And MOA couldn't do anything. All he could do was goo and run back and goo and run back. That's why I don't like the hero pick. I mean, they picked it just because they were scared of the all-in push from Lions, but Lions just honestly outdrafted them. Like MOA couldn't achieve anything this game. Like his whole purpose was to stop the Rhapsody affiliate push, but they're not pushing, they're just killing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, Lions. Lions get a log for them right there for sure. 450 gold per minute. Gemini obviously big. Keep the forces running over here. Maybe try to get a catch. And as Gemini still playing a little green. And actually, Gemini currently, I mean, AFK almost. He's kind of just sitting there. Maybe he's looking at the shop or something, but he is going to be able to walk away.
I'm trying to think right now. What should Gemini get? Like right now, he can choose Light Brand.
Okay.
And yeah, he goes Light Brand.
Yeah.
I was gonna say if he goes Ice Brand, it would be good if they choose to take a team fight middle right now, which look like Stay Green. I would sell the Light Brand and buy Ice Brand.
Wrath of the Pharaoh just misses Grinix right there. They were looking to jump him. He has Dust ready to go, but just to the right of Grinix, so.
I think Stay Green knows they're in a tough spot right now. They don't have the heroes to carry them to late game. Pharaoh MOA isn't really good late game. I mean, they have Keeper and Hag, but Keeper doesn't really do much with his Gemini. He just kind of like exited. And plus, if Keeper roots, where's the damage gonna come from? Hag? Hag's just gonna die to Gemini and Grinix and Gauntlet. So Stay Green is in a bad spot right now. I'm not sure what they could do right now. Only thing they could do right now is force a bad fight from Lions by maybe possibly Ninja and Kong.
They have the Hellborn advantage.
Yeah, like sitting back and doing nothing right here for Stay Green is really bad. They need to do like a Lions kind of play.
Become Lion Esports Club. Speaking of Congor, actually Lions, I wouldn't be surprised if they maybe try to
top
get
lane,
something here. What is top lane? Yep, they're going to be looking to collapse. Grinix, there's a jump. The dust comes out. He probably doesn't have a chance. He's going to shadow step over to Wretched Act. Look at the burst damage. Are you kidding me? He blinks away at the last second. Jonas Van wants it, but no, says Jesse. The Bat Blast in the face to take him out. So nearly able to make the turnaround happen, but Jesse just a little too strong with his brother.
Bottom.
Able to make it happen. But yeah, bottom lane. Rhapsody's been sitting on top of them with the invis this whole time.
They want to fight this. They know Hag ulti is down.
Yeah.
Yeah, this 4v5. Pharaoh ulti is still up. They spot the Keeper on the sidelines. They might go for Keeper. They might put a ref here and go for. Oh no, Keeper walks away. He's fine. Minus senses something is up.
Grapple. Oop, just out of range. Not going to hit it. They'll be stalled right here. So Pharaoh is farming the top lane while that's going on. You know, he's ready to TP in if need be, but not going to waste it. Ophelia needs to be careful. She's going to be caught out. Dust going to be used right there. Ophelia gets the trap on a Wretched Hag. Is there going to be follow-up? First damage. Gauntlet goes in, but right as Wretched Hag blink. However, the Twin Fangs lands right down to Wretched Hag. Big initiation from Pharaoh, though. The Mummy Walls come out, but look at Fuzi. Splits up the dogs and chases him down. Gauntlet in the background over here. He missed the grapple. He has the kill in Andromeda, but he missed the grapple right there. He's on the run, but in the meantime, his teammates are doing work anyways. Pharaoh gets picked off. They lose Rhapsody, but overall, again, the Legion team definitely coming out on top.
And Hag bought back, they called it and they ran away. Well played from Lions. They didn't fully commit like they always did.
Yeah.
They saw the buyback really fast. They killed, who was it, Pharaoh, and they got out. They didn't even try to dive anymore, even though most teams would have done it. But Hag bought back there, and he does nothing with the buyback. So they know Hag has one buyback down now. Now Stiggins in a really, really bad spot, even worse than before.
Yeah. That was a crazy fight indeed coming out. And again, a couple of mistakes on both sides. Gauntlet especially had a tough time that fight. From his initial jump to then the grapple miss on Andromeda at the last second. But again, overall, his team won that fight, so got to be happy with that. And speaking of grapple, he doesn't miss this one right here, but he grappled him into the trees. Oh, Grinix could not follow it as a result. It is not Super KG's day, man.
Out for him. I mean, no, he did get 2 hooks middling at the start.
I mean, I'm not saying he's having a bad day overall, but it's just not his day. He's had better days. I'll put it that way.
Okay, here comes the all-in push middle. They lose system at the seed.
Oh, they're gonna.
This tower's gonna go down.
Yeah.
It's because Gemini is too low to fight.
Well, that's gonna be an easy tower push, and yeah, it's not gonna be all in the sense of going further, as we're gonna play the safe route, maybe steal the ancients here.
I think today's Fuzi's day breaky.
Yeah.
Like we talk about like carry players, like we always talk about the Haxer and the Chessie and Nox. I don't think we give Fuzi enough credit. I mean, he's doing really well for Stay Green. I mean, Lions, ever since they picked up Fuzi, they've been winning a lot of cycles or placing second. and like getting a lot of top tier finishes, you know.
I
And
agree.
now with Fuzi picked up here, and he's doing a great job this game. 474 GPM, 3-0-4. Last game he had Immortals. The last game Immortals also.
Yeah. Shadow
And
Step. Keeper of the Force is actually being chased up here, but they don't have vision, unfortunately, so.
he's fine.
Oh!
Oh.
That grapple was... That hit his butt, man. He felt that one. The wind nearby him. But he does get away. They're still chasing!
No
Critic
way.
still wants this, man.
He
Wrath of
should've-
the
oh,
Pharaoh's gonna go in, and here we go. Dust is ready to be used if
Dead.
need be. Yeah, he is dead. They're not gonna respond to that. Well, welcome to Jonas fan.
What a YOLO player.
I agree with you though. Fuzi, yeah, this has been his day definitely. He definitely doesn't get as much credit as other carry players. I feel like too. And this has definitely been a very impressive grand finals for him specifically. You see the Dawnbringer finish right there, so.
To be honest, when I see Fuzi play nowadays, I get reminded of like, to be honest, like really good players, like Trixie maybe, the way he plays.
Yeah.
He knows when to exit and he fights just. Honestly, I'm impressed the more I watch this guy.
Look what's going on here. Keeper of the Force, or Congor. Speaking of Keeper of
Oh,
the
he
Force,
did ninja the
Congor.
Congor.
They're going for it. It's going to be close. It's going to be really close. They're coming in. Gemini. He can't do it, though. Yeah, it's just a little bit too late. Energize is going to be used right there, but Stay Green gets it and jets on out of there. It's a great Congor still coming out from Stay Green. Token of Life went to Hag. Yeah, Wretched Hag.
To be honest, this is what they really needed to do.
Yeah.
Like I said, they needed Ninja Kong, and they did it. Hag has it now, he's gonna get his Grimoire soon. So, just only a 340 GPM. Couldn't really get where he wanted to be.
24 minutes into the game. Again, definitely have a very even game with that said.
The dog is Dawnbringer now, so he's huge. I wonder what he's gonna go for next.
Yeah. It's
What do you think,
1,700 gold, so at this point I believe I kept calling him Grinix earlier or vice versa, so Gemini, the dog.
What do you think he's gonna go for
I
here?
don't know. He's got the full Dawnbringer. I guess the Shrunken Head wouldn't be a bad option. I mean, there is plenty to have a Shrunken Head for, plenty of reasons, so.
I think he's gonna go for hard here now.
Yeah.
Like they're so far ahead that he doesn't need a Shrunken Head anymore. Like Shrunken Head is one of those items you get when you're like far behind and you need like team fight early and then you get it. But if he gets a heart here and let's say like he dies, you know, he doesn't have a Shrunken Head. Some viewers will be like, oh my god, it's so bad. Why doesn't he buy a Shrunken Head? If he gets a heart, so what? He's still gonna die. But all those spells they're using to kill a Gemini with 3k HP for heart. They're not using it on these other teammates. Those other teammates are gonna carry, you know. So definitely hard is the choice to go here.
Well, he goes the Abyssal Skull first at least, so.
That was good too. I guess he just wants to get more earlier oriented team fight items because
Yeah.
like heart is the big item to buy. I feel like he could have went for it because I don't think there's gonna be much happening, especially since Stegrin just got Congor. They shouldn't be fighting. Looking to take a Kong fight.
Top lane, Gauntlet, and Krenix are both going to be fine, it looks like. Yeah, there was close. Bottom lane, Gemini is pushing it. You see Keeper and Master of Arms kind of nearby, and actually Gemini might run into one of them. Meanwhile, back to the top lane. Yeah, Krenix is found right here. He's going to jump onto Andromeda, wants to get the kill. He's not going to get it, though. Wretched Ag, a little bit too much team support right there, and ends up getting the kill on him first. So Gemini, though, bottom lane. There's the root. Guess what? He splits up. He's going to be fine. One of the dogs he's caught, though. The Ice Dog kind of uses the Fire Dog. Ophelia's touch comes out. A little bit of support coming in right here. Gemini's going for the third. He comes back in full form, and he's going to jet on out of there with the Twin Fangs. Wretched Ag blinks him, but 0 mana. Not going to be enough. Here comes Gauntlet, though. The big Gauntlet blast on the Keeper of the Force. Inferno stability. They're looking but the swamp from Andromeda. She is going to fall, and that's what Andromeda's good for. Sacrificial Lamb. However, big Twin Fangs landed by Fuzi right there. Taking out Keeper of the Force. But now Gemini is in a little bit of trouble himself. He will fall back, though, and that should be the end of that. What a crazy fight. Both teams had great team support. Alliance does come out on top in the end.
Wow, that doggy.
Yeah,
Such man up.
that was impressive.
Much wow.
The dog did work right there. Yeah, you always got to be impressed by, especially Gemini players, with the split up and whatnot, and
He split up. Got out of
assisting
the root.
himself. Yep.
Then man up a little bit. got back in, W'd out, pranced around a little bit like a little doggy, came back in, manned up, and got the kill, and then got out. That's really well played.
Once again, Hellflower is going to be in the works for Super KGE, so did that the first gauntlet game.
Yeah, he likes his Hellflower, especially against like all the heroes that's gonna get struck in the head, like Hag now. If you like blink struck Hellflowers and then ultis a Hag, like Hag's just gonna be he can't activate struck and hit, and then he's just gonna die fast.
Bottom
I know
tower
you-
killed.
Yeah, a lot of viewers out there was like, why does he need to Hellflower the Hag and then ulti him? It doesn't make any sense when he mean that he's gonna be locked down already. No. The reason being he needs to Hellflower the Hag is because if you blink struck and hit, like a top tier player will be able to reflex and struck and hit as he's getting gauntlet ulti. So, but if he blink Hellflower and ultis, Riftwalker, the Green X can struck and hit and fall up and rape the Hag.
Yeah.
And like, but what if I just blink next to him and ulti him? Well, then that's just bad positioning of Chessie.
Well, Chessie right now, he's actually in the front lines right here. He does have the token of life, of course, but no Shrunken Head just yet. Oz a full Grimoire, obviously, so plenty of damage from him. Lion Esports Club, they're kind of splitting up a little bit right here. You do have Gemini pushing out the top lane while they're pushing bottom.
Yep.
Gonna wait for a full push here.
The one from Z-Fig actually sees Gemini not in position to fight that, so Stegrin knows that Gemini is in position, so... Oh!
There you go, there's the hook on a Wretched Hag, the lockdown to follow. Can they get the token of life to be used? Oh my god, the lockdown is just insane right there. It is enough. And Hag is going to have to resurrect. Here we go, Pharaoh though, jumps in the background. The ultimate for Rhapsody though is going to be huge right there. Root comes out, Pharaoh's dropping about half life. Gemini splits off, down goes Pharaoh. Gauntlet's somehow still alive. He will eventually fall, but Staker is definitely in retreat mode right here. You see Wretched Hag, she's going to blink away. Will she get caught? Maybe not, but Master of Arms, not the same story. He is going to be caught, and he will fall. Gauntlet was the only one to die right there. They got 3 picks in total for Lions. And they successfully hold. So he hit the hook right there.
Man, that Rhapsody ulti was MVP.
Yeah.
Silken MVP.
Protective Melody doing work, definitely. In the background, that's always got to be frustrating. It was eventually stopped by a root, but again, it's one of those abilities. Even a 2-second, 1-second channel, I mean, it does plenty. So.
Yeah, he stopped 2 full seconds of damage. Insane.
Lion Esports Club, again, continuing to feel more and more comfortable as the game progresses on. 3,600 gold on Gemini.
Should we recall breaking real quick?
Oh, yeah, let's do that. I was going to say that, so 3,600 gold on Gemini. He actually, what did he buy? He just bought something. It is the Axe of the Malphite, yep. So
yeah,
you're right. Good old Behemoth Sark going to be coming out here.
Mm-hmm. That was just man, the micro from I felt like if they jumped in, they should have jumped in earlier. The Pharaoh, that is, instead of waiting till Hag died.
Look at
I don't
Jonas.
know.
Yeah.
Jonas being Jonas.
He just finds himself in the most awkward situations a lot of times. So, I mean, he's no buyback. That's 45 seconds that he's going to be back up, so.
Yeah, but I mean, should they get a tower off it? So what, man? Oh, look at the doggy. Oh no, he's not gonna try to kill him. Yeah, and when we first had him, struck and hit. This doesn't really have the biggest impact in this game. He just, all he did that team was just goo ulti and hardly even auto attack.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going for the base here. No, they're backing off.
Gauntlet, no Hellflower just yet. Almost there, though. Let's see, are they going to back off fully? No, they're not. They're going to kind of be sneaky here, as they do.
Yeah.
Try to see if they can get them to push up now.
Sagan really needs to make more plays like that, though. They kill Jonas maybe about 15 more times they're back in the game.
Yeah. That's all. I mean, it's not the stats don't say it's as overwhelming as you're making.
Oh, look at that.
Like,
Jonas
Critic's
looking
running right into them! Dust comes out, he is going to be bursted down here.
Okay, break it 14 more times though. Count it down. See, they backed off. They used too many cooldowns for that. But 14 more times of doing that and they're back in the game.
God, he just like ran right into them. It's almost on purpose, it felt like. But,
Feed her some fan. Oh, top lane.
yeah, now Gauntlet needs to be careful. He's got enough for the Hellflower, or just about, but he might not anymore. There's a swap coming out. He's going to ultimate Andromeda, maybe go for a turn kill right here. It ain't going to happen.
Okay, they need to do that about
13 more times.
10 more times.
10 more times now? Okay.
10 more times on Gauntlet, and 12 more times on Jonas. That's how, like...
I mean, I feel like it's only a 2,000 goal lead, man. It's not like it's an overwhelming lead here.
Yeah, but look, the hero composition, though. Like,
Yeah.
Legion heroes are just way stronger.
Yeah, I mean, the team fight is strong on the Hellborn side, but yeah, they do got, obviously, Gemini. And
I don't see them killing the doggy at all. The doggy's just gonna be immortal. It just keeps on, and it's gonna be a 60-minute game. I can see Fuzi with another immortal.
Yeah.
Easily.
Could be very possible. But that's still a long ways even before that would happen, so we'll have to wait and see how that goes out. There is the full Behemoth's Heart.
Man, I love the Rhapsody, DJ Rhapsody.
I agree, yeah.
It puts on a staccato like dun 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 dun. It's awesome.
Pretty badass, yeah.
Screw the other avatars.
All about the DJ Rhapsody. Ophelia, Staff of the Master, so of course a great, very effective item for her.
Like, what would you get in Chessie right here? A sheepsteak?
Yeah, I mean...
That seems to be the standard build, right?
Yep.
But, I don't think it's gonna have enough damage to kill Gemini. You can lock him down, but you're not gonna kill him. He's 2.8k HP now. How are you gonna kill him?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like you need to go more all in against Gemini. Sure, sheepsteak can be good. I mean, it's always good in almost every situation, but...
So what are you thinking then from him? Like, more just straight damage output or what?
Yeah, I was thinking... I mean, don't get me wrong. I was thinking, like, Doombringer.
Okay.
Not even kidding, man.
I think you are a little. I think you are a little.
Say what?
I said I think you're kidding a little.
I know it's a little bit out of hand, but...
But I get the idea that, yeah, more damage output is probably more necessary than
Okay, watch.
utility.
They
But
can
we'll
take
see
Kong
here.
right here, or just Dog's gonna rip the Steve out
Oh,
of
they
Park.
want to go call it. Ultimate on a Wretched Egg. It still stuns to the Shrunken Head, but he's going to be fine. Lions doesn't want to force too much here. You see Wretched Egg, though. She wants to force something. Gemini, go back and look at the auto attack damage. Swat coming in from it, dropping a bat, flashing around. The ultimate from Rhapsody is going to be canceled immediately, though, by Farrell. But Gemini still in the front ground, though. He splits up the dogs, but he is doing a lot of damage. Wretched Hag is going to end up falling right there. Master of Arms with the Shrunken Head up. He's in the background kind of putting in some auto attacks. But he's like, wait a second, I'm by myself. He's on the run. Meanwhile, up here, Gemini and Critics are still chasing. They catch Farrell. The mommy walls go up, but Farrell is eventually going to fall. And so is Master of Arms. And Lions is going to go straight for Congor now. So now you can definitely feel it. Lion Esports Club, I think you may have been right. The Gemini, especially, is just too strong at this point.
That dog couldn't even, like, drop. He didn't even drop.
Yeah.
They're not even giving a token to him because they know he's not
Give
gonna
it to
die.
Gauntlet, yeah. That, if that doesn't tell you, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, now they have to kill Jonathan Fan 20 times
How about
to
that?
win this game.
Well,
See, international tax laws, right? Only applies to human beings. See, if you're a Gemini, you're a doggy, it doesn't apply to dog, so you can't tax the dog, bro.
the tower's gonna fall right here. Melee Rex, it's gonna fall. Stay Green knows they just can't do anything. Hag is gonna be up in 8 seconds. Farrell's gonna be up here. He does have his ultimate. And there we go. Swap actually gonna come out on a Critics. Farrell with the follow-up. Will it be enough? Grapple backwards on a Rhapsody, actually. But again, Gemini putting in the auto attacks. Master of Arms will fall. You see Farrell barbed armor. He doesn't even give two shits. He's gonna lock him down. Wretched Hag ran right into a Gauntlet blast. And I think the end is gonna be near here. Lion Esports Club very possibly going to be taking home cycle number 9 here of HoN Tour Season 2 over Stay Green. Gauntlet completely whips the grapple. It doesn't really matter, though. This tower is going to fall. And they're just staying in here. But yeah,
GG.
Gemini's
Dog
just way
power.
too strong. Hey, you know what? I was going to say, yeah, I think you're right. There we go. GG well plays are being called. It is official.
Fake
Never mind.
GG, no,
The
fake
GG.
Not
Never
CC.
mind.
Sorry, and his teammates are GG. Silverman does not want to concede.
So be yeah. I'm so BM.
Oh no, the swim. Oh man. I guess you imagine the frustration out of him right now.
All right, so
Not good, dude.
never mind. We're not going to be
Yeah.
over just yet.
Not
But,
getting up just yet. Like, even if Pharaoh bought Papa's Barb Dumber, right? Dog don't give a damn. He was actually right-clicking the Pharaoh full of nothing with his Barb Dumber on.
Yeah.
And he didn't even drop a health. It just didn't even, like, show any signs of weakening. He didn't even, like, come close to dying. Now, the Gemini can buy a wing bow. And now it's even gonna be harder to kill him. I would buy a second Behemoth's Heart here, just for funsies. Then that will secure the game. Wing bow is kind of greedy here.
Yeah.
The second Behemoth's Heart would just win the game.
Buyback situation. Master of Arms is actually the only one to buyback there, so everyone else does too. Chessie actually bought back earlier, so
Yeah.
I could have the goddess on Ophelia. Wow.
This was just the drafting from Stay Green versus Lions. They did dual rangement versus dual the hooker middle. They lost at lane. Not having a late game versus the Gemini was also what lost them the game. As well as MOE being useless. But it's just one of the powers of Ophelia Rhapsody. Like, he had to pick the MOA. I can understand the consensus for picking it.
Yeah.
Just because of the pushing power they had. Maybe we'll see next cycle Ophelia Rhapsody, the new Gachi heroes. And they're gonna maintain a 100% win rate in the series. Even in the previous series, I think.
It's a strong combo. It clearly is. Rhapsody. Obviously it's not the same as Soul's Blessing by any means from Jeraziah, but she's a more friendlier hero for the laning phase and where she plays and whatnot. Now Critics at the top lane. They're gonna kill Jonas Pan again, or are they? Holy crap! He's actually gonna get away with the Shrunken Head for now. Is it gonna be enough? Oh my God, it is. He will actually live right here. Holy crap!
I wish he died there, so I could say he did that 19 more times.
He somehow lives, and that's an illusion right there. So.
Yeah. What is Gunn getting? He's getting Shrunken Head now, eh? Ophelia has Icon of the Goddess and Star with the Mirage. He's tanky as hell, too. Gemini does Desco Wing Bow for more deeps. I guess he can't die early, so Wing Bow is still good. I mean, whatever item he gets Doomring, he's still gonna win the game.
Yeah.
And then
he's a very good spot.
Heck. Yeah.
If anything, it's just a reason not to attack him now, because again, now with that change to Wing Bow, if you attack him, it's a 25% damage return on evasion.
It doesn't work when he's the dog, though. He's just getting it for the stats.
Oh,
Dog mode doesn't work.
That's well, yeah, not the split.
Double Keeper Root. Here we go, boys. See what a minus can carry if it's Double Keeper Root.
So, up to the top lane. This is absolutely it. Call it. He missed the grapple!
Oh, he grappled his teammate!
KGE is not on the ball, but here we go. Protecting Melody in the background. He's going to keep it alive for now. There's the first root coming out. He does have a second one to go. Pharaoh Barb Jumpers out, but he's going to fall. Second root's going to be coming out right there. Where is Gemini throughout all this? Well, guess what? He's still well alive. He's split up currently, putting in the auto attacks. Wretchedak doesn't stand a chance right there as Gemini goes nom 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 all over his face. Keeper the force falls. And I think these ones might be serious. There we go. Well played. Lion Esports Club are your Cycle 9 champions as they take out Stay Green 3-2. Congratulations to Lion Esports Club. What a series. And I got to agree with you, though, overall MVP, not only that game, but the series, Fuzi, man. I mean, Fuzi was phenomenal this whole series. 12-0-7 the final game, too.
Yep. Well played. Fuzi. And, yeah. This, once again, like X8 had a really similar lineup to this, if I remember. Like, they had the Ophelia, they had the dual lane middle, they had the Gemini bottom, but the difference was just an execution of the Ophelia strategy. Like, Hanskin was just way more active compared to Pew, and it showed and it paid off. They completely dominated the mid lane, took the 2 mid towers fast early, and that just controlled the pace of the game. And yeah, Lions just knows how to execute the Ophelia strategies really well. So well played to Lions. They deserve this.
I think you're onto something, too. I mean, again, last week it was all about Cersei and how, she's a new hero and she's so powerful. But Rhapsody was kind of under the radar a little bit. And all of a sudden this week, and especially, we definitely saw the power of what Rhapsody can bring to the table as a support hero and for a lineup. So I would not be surprised to see her definitely be a big part for next cycle, as you're kind of talking about.
She was banned in the first 2 games. And when she was not banned, she was picked and they won of it, no?
I'm not... I forget exactly.
Yeah, she was banned. I remember she was being... Yeah, she was banned.
She was banned. Yeah, she was actually banned by Lions. Yeah, against Staker. Yeah, they were banning her in at least the first game. But anyways, I'm gonna actually give Mr. Hanskin a call right here because I think it's appropriate to
All right.
get a good post-game interview, post-series interview, and everything. Hanskin, how's it going?
Yeah, I'll get it. Yeah.
Man, I mean, I'm sure you're as exhausted as we are, but what a series.
Yeah, that was great. As it always is against Sigyn.
It is, man, and you know it's like despite the we've had that matchup for what now 6 or 7 I think 6 cycles in a row. I could care less for the grand. I could care less if that always is the grand final matchup because it always proves to be entertaining. So speaking of that, and went to the final game yet again. How about this final game overall? I mean, first I want to look back at the previous game. You're up 2-1. Level 1 Congor, a little risky. Why?
Yeah.
Why'd you do level 1 Congor?
I don't know. We felt like we were 2-1, of course, and I don't know. It was not really something we planned from the start. It was like, oh hey, we got Congor heroes. Yeah, let's try it. And then we kind of realized, yeah, SG is gonna check it every time, and yeah.
Yeah, SG always checks at Hanskin. I was really like worried. I was like, no, don't do it.
Yeah, we actually never tried against SG, but we did it some other times against IG and other teams. But yeah.
Yeah.
We won in them, so it's cool.
Exactly. I mean, the overall results what matters. But yeah, that definitely that's a little risky, and obviously didn't pay off that game. But in the end, you take the final game. You know, so I actually was kind of bring you on it. We wanted to maybe try to get Fuzi, but of course he's maybe a little shy. But Fuzi, we were talking about. It sounds like you agree. Fuzi, the MVP, man, he had a hell of a series here.
Yeah, totally. Like Fusi was playing out of his mind today. There's nothing else.
His Gemini play the last game especially was pretty damn good, and also the Soul Stealer game was fun, man.
Yeah, he carried that game, man. I thought you guys lost that for sure. I thought you guys didn't have the late game and stuff like that. And then, like, when you guys were, like, desperately rotating and I'm like, oh my god, what's going on in the laning phase? There's no one laning middle. Oh, he's switching back bottom. Are you guys switching lanes left and right? I don't know what's going on. And then you guys ended up losing early game, but you guys came back against a team that was supposed to win against you guys late game. But, you pretty much outplayed my nuts and you hold and didn't get your holds cancelled late game, and that was huge, to be honest.
I have one pretty good hold where I got him before he used any roots, I think.
Yeah, the one at his base, exactly, and he died.
Yeah, that was even before I had Resto as well. So.
Yeah, you know, to be honest, when they jumped you guys and Keeper was just still spawning a couple of seconds, I was curious why you didn't just chuck and hit and hold on top of you, and because that could have been a big hold because Keeper wasn't there yet. But it ended up working in your favor because Keeper ended up like being in a bad position, even though he had portal key, and you caught him out of position, and that really paid off for you guys because you guys had like a hat trick and took the racks off that. That was nice.
What I mean, what about that? So Soulstealer, that was that final pick of that game. I mean, again, not a hero we see too often as a carry choice, but what made you think Soulstealer that game, if you can remember?
Yeah.
We felt like the synergy with our team was really good. We had a lot of minus armor. We had 3 physical carries basically. We had Grenix, Pesty, Soulstealer, if I'm correct, and the minus armor and all that is pretty good. Also, the laning phase so far was pretty good. I'm not exactly sure what they played, but
yeah,
exactly. Warbeast was it? We expected him to do really well.
They had the Warbeast Keeper.
Yeah, exactly. So pretty great laning phase from them, and we
I was curious though. Why did you guys switch it up? Like Rhapsody Pistols was doing really good top. You guys almost got a kill. Grenix was going to do fine 1v1 versus the Kraken, I think. So why did you guys switch it up and put the Flux? Why did you guys switch it up and put Pistols Rhapsody middle and Grenix top after that?
I guess we were switching a lot already. We had Soulstealer mid from the start, no?
Yeah. And then you guys put Soulstealer bottom, Grenix middle, and Rhapsody Pistols top, which I thought was perfect. And then you guys switch it up again. You guys put Pestilence middle, and he got punished by the Flux Torturer because Flux Torturer just rapes Pestilence. So, yeah.
I'm not exactly sure what we talked about there, but I think it was something doing with the middle lane matchup, and also dueling in the Hag. It wasn't really as efficient as we didn't feel that was efficient enough. But I really expected Stabin to pull something like a Warbeast solo short and do something else for the long lane against Osler.
Yeah, because they had the Kraken, eh?
I'm not sure. It was
they could have hack long lane. They could have hack long lane. That's right.
Yeah. Anyways, you won in the end, so that's what matters about that game, obviously. But I want to actually look back at this last game here real quickly. You know, Moon actually called it going into the game. I want to know if you were surprised too. The middle matchup. I mean, you guys went the gauntlet. They actually picked Andromeda their last pick, so they sent Andromeda Master of Arms mid. Were you maybe a little surprised at that choice by them?
When we saw Andromeda, we expected them to duel lane short lane. But I don't know. I've never seen them run Andromeda as a support middle. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit weaker than other supports would have been, and.
I bet you guys were really happy, right, when you saw the Andromeda. It's like, yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It
Because it
didn't
would
feel
definitely work in your favor.
Yeah.
Because if they had MOA Andromeda safe lane, they're only farming MOA, which, to be honest, isn't a big deal. Hag
Yeah,
middle versus Gauntlet would die to the Gauntlet hook.
Yeah, exactly. And also Grinix versus the dual lane is also good.
Exactly, and so actually you have the dual lane mid range, which, and especially when Cinemelon is the mid hero, with a hooker against a hooker, he always gets hooked, and he did get hooked twice, and it worked out in you guys' favor. So that was pretty fun to watch. It was a really good hook from Super KG. In case you missed it, Hanskin, it was awesome to watch.
I didn't see it, but yeah, he always does well with those heroes, especially in Stay Green for some reason.
Now, so again, this is kind of interesting. So it's actually not as much. Okay, so it's only 3,500 points for first and 2,700 for second. So it's actually a lot closer in points than I thought it was for the standing. So there's still going to be a little bit of a gap, but you guys would need. There is still technically a chance with this win here that you guys have a chance for first place overall. Are you guys pretty content on just getting second place though, or do you feel? Are you actually trying to play for that first place seat in mind?
I think playing for the first place would be really hard. I guess if we had the opportunity, we could try, but that would basically mean that SG would have to drop into loser bracket once again to another team before winner bracket finals.
Yeah.
So
Did
that,
I
I'm not.
If
I
you win
haven't done
next
the-
cycle,
No, they would need Stay Green to fail. They would need Stay Green to. I think it's probably finish at 12th or lower, to be honest.
Yeah,
So
exactly. And we're gonna
probably
be-
not a good chance. But
wait. You get 5,000 points for winning, right?
it's only 3,500 actually. I thought it was 5,000, but 3,500.
3,500.
And it's 2,700 for second, so it's actually a lot closer than I thought it was.
Oh, okay.
So
So Staken has to be. Let's do the math here, right? Let's just get this out of the way.
it's probably
No, I'm serious. Okay, if Lions win next cycle, they're gonna be at 29,406 points.
okay.
I'm writing down some right. 29,406. Staken after this cycle. Bring up my calculator real quick. 25,908 plus 2,500. They're gonna be at 28,400. Yeah, there's no way unless they
Yeah.
lose every. Yeah,
Unless
You
they
guys-
lose very early.
yeah, you guys gonna be probably like 99% chance you guys gonna be first
Well-
seed in the tournament.
I mean, exactly. That's still a pretty big deal too. So that's not the end of the world by any means. But have you looked at the playoff format by the way, Hanskin?
Yeah, I saw that we're gonna be basically seeded into like semifinals. Is that right?
Pretty much the double elimination part of it, yeah. So you don't
Yeah,
have to worry about the group stages or anything like that beforehand. So that's probably pretty. What do you think about the overall format of the playoffs?
To be honest, I haven't really looked much
Okay.
at the other part of the like stages that we have that we're not gonna play in. But I think there's a lot of chances for like you can lose and come back. It seems like a lot of games, so it seems fair, I guess.
All right, so the final. I have one more question here.
Let me ask my question first.
Go ahead.
Why Gauntlet over Devour or Prisoner?
The ulti is better in my opinion. Also, there's a stun on hook, and also I don't know. It's just more late game reliable, you know,
Oh, okay.
if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I guess so.
Sure. Rhapsody, do you think Rhapsody is a new support meta?
Yeah, definitely. That hero has proven to be so strong in this series. Like, I think Rhapsody was in like 3 of the winning games. No.
I believe
least
so,
one.
yeah. And then
Yeah.
even the previous series in the loser bracket finals, she was played a couple times. So, yeah, clearly a hero that's up and coming and of impact in
Yeah,
the support role.
that ultimate is so strong.
You can put so much pressure on the opponent team. Like you can do so much to the hero. It can be an aggressive lineup for tower diving, as well as a defensive lineup, and a pushing lineup as well. And you
Yeah.
pretty much forced Venom to pick MOA. And he thought you guys were gonna go all in push like what he did last game, but you guys didn't. You guys chose to go for a more carry-ish ganking style lineup, and he pretty much picked MOA for nothing.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that hero is so strong as well. It can be anywhere as a support, of course. Boxing up suicides or aggressive lanes or whatever.
All right, Hanskin. Any shout outs, any final words you got? We'll wrap things up here.
Shout out to Lions, my team. I don't know. That's it, I guess.
Keep it as short and simple as always.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as always, best of luck. Of course, come cycle number 10. It's going to be a fun finish, and again, into the playoffs, obviously. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. So congratulations again on the Cycle 9 win. Thanks again for providing an awesome series, too.
Thank you. Also, shout out to SG as well for bringing these great games.
Definitely. Both teams deserving credit right there. All right, so thanks again, Hanskin.
Thank you.
There we go. So Hanskin joining us there of Lion Esports Club. The victory over Stay Green, 3-2, and thus taking cycle number 9 home. So congratulations to them. Very, very, very deserving. With that said, but as you know, so as we're talking about though, it still seems like Stay Green is in a spot for number 1, pending complete doom in cycle number 10. So they'll still need to show up and play by all means, but unless they completely fall apart, they should still be good. But still, Lion Esports Club, second place. Nothing too bad about that. Like we were talking about, still a lot of benefits you get from that.
I think it's even though they're not going to be able to make the first spot and automatically qualify, it still puts them in a good position because team morale is going to be up. They're getting more like Lions is a team that evolves over time. Like they get better and better. Like I don't see them deproving or like getting worse, even though they lose like here and there sometimes, like especially a disappointing DreamHack finish.
Yeah,
it didn't matter. They still came back strong in this cycle. And after that patch, I think I know for a fact that all their players play TMM on a regular basis, and that really shows right there that practicing TMM, knowing which heroes are overpowered, picking Rhapsody. They brought Rhapsody into the meta, I think, and then they brought Grenex into the meta game, and then they picked Gauntlet. And they made all these heroes viable just because they know which heroes are overpowered and which doesn't work in TMM. And going into the next tournament, the qualification tournament, they're going to be really scared. I think everyone's going to start starting Alliance right now. All the teams that are going to the Thailand tournament, like Exceed and Denial, all of them will be looking at Lions. All of them will be trying to scrim Lions and trying to figure them out and figure out how to beat them.
Oh yeah, they're going to be the team to beat in the playoffs, no doubt, when it comes down to that playoff stage. So, but ladies and gentlemen, once again, things are going to be wrapping up here for Cycle 9. Moon, appreciate you joining me on the cast here today. Any final words, any shout-outs you want to give before we wrap things up here?
Yeah, shout out to my favorite streamer of all time, Kriparian. Shout out to my buddies, CSGO buddies, Big T, Terrence, and shout out to Young Lean, the rapper of YouTube. And shout out to my stream and all my subscribers. Thanks for supporting me and following me. I almost have 420 subscribers, which is a nice number. And shout out to Lions and Stegen for bringing us this awesome series, Best of 5. And one thing I like to know is hopefully hope for. I would like to voice my opinion here is that next season of HoN Tour, the grand finals. I hope it's going to be a fresh best of 5 where both teams start 0-0 so they get more games going.
Yeah.
And because even though today, like, Stegen won 2 games, Lions won 2 games, I felt like it's not really that fair. Even though Stegen did come from the lowest bracket, but they had to battle more games. And I really wanted to see another game, one more game to decide it all.
I would not be against that. I mean, having a fifth and final game would be pretty cool as well, but yeah, that's obviously, there's always that discussion with double elimination format and how that should play out. So we'll see. Looking into next season, how that may come about. But
and shout out to Honcast for having me here.
No problem. Thank you once again for joining. It was fun as always. Ladies and gentlemen, going to be wrapping up officially here, so thank you so much for joining in. A great weekend we had. Lions and State Green. Big shout-outs to both of those teams, providing, again, an awesome grand final matchup. Lions, of course, coming out on top, but definitely